Hello everyone, it's Lola here again. I hope you all are doing well. So today we are going to be making instant noodle stir fry. And for this recipe, I'm going to be using some tender, juicy shrimps together with lots of vegetables. Just so you know, this version has more vegetables than your average noodles, but of course, everything comes together beautifully well to create an amazing flavor. So let's get started. What I do first is just to make sure all my vegetables are ready, cleaned, diced, and ready to go inside my stir fry. And today I'm using the red and green bell peppers together with 1 tomato, about 6 mushrooms, and some grated carrots. Now, as you can see, I already diced my bell peppers. I cut them into little cubes. If you wish, you can also cut them into long strips. It's all well and good. For my mushrooms, I like to slice them into about 4 to 5 pieces, depending on how big they are. And for my tomatoes, I like to cut them into big chunks because they kind of melt into my stir fry anyways, so I leave them chunky like that. So moving on, we are going to be cooking our noodles, and here I've got some water. I'll quickly bring that to a rolling boil. Once it's boiled, I'm going to go ahead and add my noodles. And today I'm using the ramen noodles. Any brand of noodle packets will work for this as long as it doesn't come pre-seasoned. So that being said, I'm just going to leave this to disintegrate inside my hot water, and this is going to take about a minute, at most 2 minutes. I know this is not going to be done at this point. However, we are still going to stir fry this, and by that time everything is going to be well done. So here we go, the noodles are loosened up, and the next thing to do in order to stop the cooking process is just to drain off the hot water, rinse it under cold running water, then drain it again and set it aside. So moving on, we are going to be preparing our shrimps, and to do that, I'm just going to be adding a little bit of cooking oil inside my pan. Once the oil is hot, I'm going to be adding my shrimps. And I've already peeled, deveined, and cleaned the shrimps. The next thing to do is just to season with a little bit of salt and some black pepper. And I'm going to be cooking these shrimps until it's pink on the inside, and this should take about 4 to 6 minutes or anywhere in between. So here we go, the shrimps are all done. I'll just be taking them off the heat and I'll be setting them aside. I've got some oil left over in my pan. If that is not the case with you, you can just add a little bit more. And to this, I'm just going to be adding my diced onions, and I'm going to be stir frying that for about 3 minutes or till it becomes translucent. At this point, I'm going to be adding my mushrooms, and I'm just going to stir fry that for about 3 minutes. It's now time to throw in our bell peppers, tomatoes, and carrots. As you can see, I grated these carrots. So obviously, I'm not using these carrots for the crunch. I'm just using it to add a little bit of subtle sweetness to the stir fry. So I'm just going to be cooking this until the vegetables are a little bit tender. And by the way, if you discover the stir fry is becoming too dry, you can either add a little bit of extra oil or a little splash of water just to loosen it up a little bit. I'm going to be adding some red chili flakes at this point. So it's now time to season our stir fry, and I'm going to be seasoning this with some salt and my own seasoning powder that is a little lower in sodium. If you choose to use the seasoning packets that came with the noodles, it's all well and good. However, you don't have to add salt at that instance because there is enough sodium already in the seasoning packets. This is smelling really good at this point. So now I'm just going to be stirring in my shrimps. And of course, I'm going to be stirring in my instant noodles. I'll be giving this a very good toss to make sure everything is well combined. After the noodles get heated up for another minute or two, I'll be taking it off the heat. As you can see, this is a dish in which all the magic happens in one pan, and you can hardly go wrong with this recipe. Obviously, I know we cook noodles differently, so if there's any tip or tricks or any additional thing you like to add to your noodle, I'd like to know in the comment section down below. So I'm just going to taste this for you guys and I'll tell you how it tastes. Honestly, this tastes really good. I think it's just better for you to try this so you can actually feel what I'm feeling right now. And as usual, all the details you need to this recipe can be found in the description box below. Until next time, I'll see you with another delicious recipe. Enjoy.